over the heart center and one hand over the navel center. I want you to just notice which hand moves first or which hand moves more. Don't change anything, but just take a couple little breaths to observe and just realize how you're breathing today. And then still with your hands in that same placement, I want you to start to breathe a little bit more into your belly hand. And then maybe start to lengthen the breath. Eyes can be closed or just lower your gaze here. And then keeping the awareness on the breath, go ahead and move both hands to the belly if that's available to you. And breathe a little bit deeper, sending the breath low, really allowing that full expansion of the rib cage with each breath. And then continuing to breathe into the low belly. Start to scan your body from the top of your head all the way down to your feet. And just do a brief check-in. Noticing any areas where you feel tightness, restricted. Maybe noticing areas where you're holding tension unintentionally. And then using the exhale of the next few breath cycles, keeping your awareness on those places or maybe noticing or bringing your attention to the areas that you identified. Use the exhale to allow those spaces to let go. Settle further into the mat. Let the ground support you. And as you continue to breathe in this way, go ahead and create an intention or a dedication for your practice today. Maybe you'd like to focus on keeping your breath regulated as you move from one asana or pose to the next. Maybe you want to focus on staying in the present moment today during your practice. Maybe you just want to move your body. Whatever that intention is, bring it into your heart. Breathe deeply into it. And then we'll take a couple of cleansing breaths here before we start to move. So deep breath in through the nose. And then big, heavy sigh through the mouth. And we'll do that one more time. So breathing in deeply through the nose. Big, heavy sigh through the mouth. And then taking your time, if you are in that reclining bound angle pose, go ahead and just start to bring the soles of the feet now to the mat. Keeping your heart open, the shoulder blades tucked underneath you. Take a deep breath in and float your arms up next to your ears and just pause here. Inhaling and exhaling a couple of breath cycles. And then on your next exhale, lower your arms down. Good, do that again. Inhale, float the arms up. Let the backs of your hands come to the floor, the mat behind you, expanding across your chest and opening the middle part of your spine. On your next exhale, let your arms come down at your sides. Good, last time, inhale. This time, keeping your arms up over your head, modifying if you have shoulder pain. your feet on the mat about hips distance apart. And then just start to rock the knees gently from side to side. So start to bring some movement into the low spine, into the hips. And let your legs drop to one side. Turn your gaze to the opposite side. Couple of nice deep breaths into the side body. Keeping both shoulder blades on the mat as best as you can here. Good, bring the knees back up to center. Take a breath in. And then on your next exhale, drop the knees to the second side. Turn your gaze opposite the knees. Couple of deep breaths into that side of the rib cage, pausing and breathing. Avoiding pain or discomfort. And then as you exhale, bring the knees back to center. We'll take the right leg long and draw the left knee into the chest and tip it across towards the right shoulder. So you're looking for a glute and outer hip stretch here. So drawing that left knee across your body. You can modify the leg position as you need to, depending on where you feel restricted. Just pause and breathe. And then as you exhale, I want you to take that left leg and just set it on top of the right leg, making that figure four position. And then draw the legs into the chest, or you can keep the right foot on the mat. So draw the legs into the chest, grabbing behind your right shoulder, maybe rocking gently from side to side. Still opening into the hip. It might feel good to just begin to bend and straighten the right knee or circle out the ankles. Uncross the legs, pull both knees into the chest, taking the knees wide towards either shoulder. Letting the knees open a little bit more, just like in the beginning of the practice today. And then on your exhale, send the left leg long, pull the right knee into the chest, draw it across towards the left shoulder this time, glute and outer hip stretch. And then take that right arm, and you probably brought it down, so take it back up to that modified goal post position. So the right shoulder blade is on your mat. Just a couple of nice deep breaths here, just opening into the hips. We'll take that top leg, cross it over the left leg just above the kneecap. And exhale, draw the legs in, reclining pigeon pose. Nice and easy here to start the practice, so not forcing anything. Rocking gently or bending and straightening the knees, circling out the ankles, whatever feels best for your body today. We're going to come back to some hip opening poses as we close our practice today, so you'll get another opportunity to open the hips a little bit more. And then draw the knees into the chest, pulling the knees towards either shoulder. If you'd like, reaching down for the instep of the feet, pressing the feet in the hands and coming into happy baby pose or your variation of that. Just start to rock from side to side, massaging out the low back, opening into the inner thighs. When you're ready, slowly drawing the knees back into the chest, and then choose a side to roll over onto. Just taking your time to transition. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and press up into seated position and then come into hands and knees. And we'll move the hands just ahead of the shoulders to start. We're going to start with some rocking from the hands, letting the front of the hips drop down, maybe coming into cobra if your back feels ready for that. Otherwise, just shifting forward, feeling a little length in the forearms, and then using your exhale to drop back to child's pose or close to it. So inhale, shifting forward, maybe letting the front of the pelvis drop down, cobra variation. Exhale, press it back. Sit bones, drop back towards your heels. If you want to drop all the way back to extended child's pose, you certainly can. So this is your time to listen to your body. You're just gonna move and flow with your breath. Several cycles here. And as you move through each position today, just be mindful of how they feel on your body and make adjustments if you need to. Good, last time through, inhale, drop the front of the hips down, cobra or any variation. Exhale, press it all the way back, extended child's pose, and take a cleansing breath, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. And then inhale, make your way back up to tabletop. Pausing here. As you exhale, we'll step the right foot forward between the hands and come into low lunge. Just spend a little bit of time here shifting your weight from front to back. Just kind of bringing a little bit of length into that left hip flexor, and then as you shift back, the right hamstring. And then as you inhale, walk your hands up your front thigh and settle in for low lunge, dropping the tops of the shoulders down. Reaching through your fingertips, lifting your gaze. As you exhale, take a twist with wide arms to the right, opening your hands nice and wide or setting your left hand on the outside of your right knee. If you'd like, optional quad stretch here, reaching back for the instep of your back foot. Then just pause and breathe. Good, releasing the foot if you grabbed it, placing a hand on either side of that front foot. Tuck your back toes under and come into runner's lunge. So reaching through the back heel, settling that left hip down, looking forward. As you inhale, let your hips rise up, drop your head down. As you exhale, settle back to runner's lunge, looking forward and pulling your belly in. Good, 2 more times. Inhale, let your hips float up, head drops down. Exhale, settle in, runner's lunge, tummy in, gaze ahead, back knee stays straight. Last time, inhale, float your heels. As you exhale, step your back foot in and come into pyramid pose. So if you can't quite keep your fingertips framing that front foot, then just bring your hands to your lower leg. Pause and breathe. We're not going to spend too much time here, but if you want to shift your weight a little bit from side to side or front to back, feel free to do that. And then we'll reach the back leg all the way back. Step the right foot back and come into plank pose. And then from plank, breathe in, and then make your way to downward facing dog. As you come into downward facing dog, paddle out your feet, appreciating the length in the spine and the legs. Good, looking forward between the hands. This time we'll step the left foot through, drop the right knee down, low lunge, second side. Just like you did on the first side, just a little bit of weight shift towards the front foot and then back towards the back foot. Lengthening around the hips and the thighs. And then settling into that front leg. Use your inhale to come up to low lunge. Tucking the tailbone under. Pressing the front of that right hip forward. As you exhale, wide arm twist to the left. Sending your heart to the left wall. Optional quad stretch here, taking that right hand, bringing it to the outside of the left knee, reaching back for the instep of the right foot. Pause and breathe here, keeping shoulders stacked up over your hips. Good, release the foot, inhale, low lunge. Lift your gaze. Exhale, hands frame the foot, tuck the back toe under, lift the knee up. Runner's lunge. So belly is in. You're sending energy out through the back. Heel, knee stays straight, gaze is ahead. As you inhale, float your hips, drop your head down. As you exhale, runner's lunge, tummy in, look forward. Inhale, float the hips, drop the head. Exhale, lower down. One more time, inhale, lift the hips. This time, step that back foot in. Pyramid pose, modify your hand position as you need to. Relax the back of the neck, shift your weight a little bit from front foot to back foot or side to side. Breathe into the back of the thigh here. Good, as you exhale, step your back foot up towards the top of your mat and come into ragdoll or forward fold. Grabbing opposite elbows here and just swaying gently from side to side. Let your fingertips dangle for the floor. Toe heel your feet out wide so they're the width of your mat. Heels can go slightly off the mat, toes turn slightly in. Letting your back round for that wider leg forward fold. Breathe in. Lift up part way to monkey pose, flat back. Shifting your weight slightly back towards those heels, appreciating length in the hamstrings. Relax your face. Exhale, fold. Good, one more time. Inhale, lift up part way, monkey pose, flat back, belly in. Exhale, fold. Toe heel your feet in. So they're hips distance apart. On an inhale, bring your hands just above the kneecaps. Come to standing cow, look forward. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, standing cat. One more time, inhale, tail up, look forward, standing cow. Exhale, round all the way up through cat. Come up to standing, roll your shoulders back a few times, opening the chest and shoulders. And then come into mountain pose. Feet fist distance apart, palms forward, broadening across the collarbones. Blink your eyes closed, friends. Notice the ground beneath you. Notice how you feel in standing. Notice how the ground supports you here as you stand. Notice the quality of your breath. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Use your inhale to sweep your arms up. Find a steeple grip over your head. So interlace all fingers but your first and your thumb. On an exhale, tip to the right. Side stretch. Breathe in the center, lengthen upward. As you exhale, side stretch to the left. Breathe in, lengthen up. As you exhale, take a little back bend. Not forcing anything, keeping the length in the low back. And then as you exhale, come back to center. Release your hands, ride the breath all the way down, forward fold. Relax your neck. Inhale, lift up halfway to a flat back. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale, press into your feet, come all the way up, look up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, leading with the heart. Inhale, flat back. Halfway lift, pull the shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, round and fold. Generous knee bend. Inhale, press into your feet. Come all the way up, look up, little back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, high lunge salutation today. Inhale, reaching up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, slide the shoulders down the back. Exhale, plant your hands, step the right foot back to high lunge. Sweep your arms up, back knee is straight, knee tracks over the ankle on the front leg. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, knees to the mat, lower all the way to your tummy, arms to your sides, locust variation. So you'll float your chest and your arms. Shoulder blades pulled together and down. Tops of the feet on the floor. Exhale, hands to the mat, down dog. Cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Look forward. Big step through with the right leg, rise. High lunge, second side. Back knee is straight. Pause and breathe. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step forward with the back leg. Breathe in, flat back. Shoulders down the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, press all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step the right knee back, rise to high lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, lower halfway from your toes or your knees, chaturanga. Inhale, locust variation. You can float your arms and your feet if you'd like. Exhale, hands to the mat, down dog. Pause and breathe, ground through your hands and feet. Looking forward, right foot steps through, high lunge, rise. Back knee straight. Exhale, hands to the mat, step forward. Breathe in, flat back. Shoulder blades down the back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Look up, little back bend. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, adding on. Inhale, flat back, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step the right foot back, high lunge, rise. Back knee is straight. Good. Exhale, airplane arms. Sweep the arms back, hinge the trunk over the front thigh. Nice and powerful here. So palms are facing the floor, tops of the hands face the ceiling. Reach back through your fingertips as well as that back heel. Pause and breathe. Good. Keeping your arms just where they are. Warrior 3. Still squeezing the shoulder blades down your back. Lifted leg is flexed. Good. Releases high lunge. Look up. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, locust, up dog, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Cleansing breath. Big inhale, big exhale. Look forward. Right foot steps through, high lunge, rise. Back knee is straight. Exhale, airplane arms. Hinge your trunk over your front thigh. Pull the shoulder blades in and down. Feel the activation in your back body. Back knee stays straight. Lots of energy in that back leg. Breathe in. Exhale, keep your arms where they are, but come up to warrior 3. Lifted foot is flexed. Belly button is in. Pause and breathe. Release is high lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, plank pose. Belly in, Lower half weight, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good, looking forward. This time we'll step the left leg through. Rise back, high lunge. We'll do that same sequence, but adding on. Exhale, airplane arms. Hinge over your front thigh. Pause and breathe. Good. Exhale, warrior three. Balancing on that front thigh. Good. You're going to keep that weight on your front leg. Bring your trunk back up and come to standing half bow. So you're going to catch your right inside foot with your right hand. Knee underneath your hip. If you'd like, press the foot into the hand. Shift your weight more forward. Come to dancer pose. Good. Release that lifted leg. Reach it all the way back. Come to warrior two. Nice, big, wide open wingspan. Gaze over that front hand. Breathe in. As you exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, any back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. This is a good point to take a breather. So if you need a little bit of breath or reconnection, pause here or press back to child's pose or any other restorative pose of your choice. Take a couple of cleansing breaths, connect with your intention, recall what that is. And then when you're ready, make your way back to downward facing dog. Grounding down through your hands and feet. Take a cleansing breath. So inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Looking forward, step your right foot through. Come up to high lunge. Back knee is straight, lift your gaze. As you exhale, airplane arms. Shoulder blades pull in and down. Pause and breathe. Notice your body in each pose. Breathe in, soften the bottom of your foot. Shift your weight forward, warrior three. Lifted foot is flexed, tummy is in. Find a focal point, yogis. Relax your face and jaw. If it's available to you, start to bring your shoulders over your hips. Take your left hand, catch the instep of your left foot for standing half bow. Right arm floats forward, palm to the sky. If you'd like, press the foot into the hand, knee in line with your hip, dancer pose, or any variation between those two. Slowly come out of it. Take your lifted leg, reach it all the way back. Warrior two. Gaze over the right hand. Check your front knee so it's tracking over your ankle. Settle the shoulders down your back here. As you exhale, windmill your hands down to the mat. Step it back to plank pose. Breathe in. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Inhale, back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then go ahead and just release your knees to the mat. Come to either modified hero pose and kneeling, or you can come to an easy cross-legged pose. We're going to take eagle arms for a little stretch through the mid part of the back. So find some length in your spine in whatever seated pose you're in. As you breathe in, I want you to bring your arms forward, and we'll take our right arm and cross it over the left. So you have that X at the elbows. You're going to bend your elbows so the backs of your hands or the palms touch. So the key is that you're going to try to keep your elbows at shoulder height. So once you're in that position, let your chin drop down. I want you to direct some breath in between the shoulder blades. And then slowly lift your head back up to neutral. Uncross the arms, this time tenting your fingers and bringing them back behind you. Seated heart opener, slight back bend. So shoulder blades pulled together, chin lifts. Pause and breathe, avoiding pain or discomfort. Close your eyes if it's available to you. Relax your face. As you exhale, come back to a neutral spine position. Sit tall, take a breath in. We'll do that same pose on side two. So floating both arms forward. This time you're going to take your opposite arm, so it should be your left arm, crossing it over your right. Bending at the elbow crease. Our tendency is going to be to drop the elbows down. So try to raise your elbows to shoulder height. Backs of the hands or palms to touch. Chin drops towards the chest. Allow the breath to come in between the shoulder blades. And then slowly come out of it. Allow your hands to relax on either side of your hips and tip your right ear to your right shoulder. Extend out through the left fingertips if that works for you. And roll your chin gently down to the chest and come over to the second side. Left ear, left shoulder, extend through the right fingertips. Pause and breathe. And slowly come out of it. Go ahead and take a seat on your mat. And then when you're ready, come all the way down to your back. Once you're on your back, step the feet in so your feet are hips distance apart. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you. On an inhale, make your way to bridge pose. And then just assess how you're feeling right now. If you want an additional challenge in your bridge, the slight inversion, you can float one leg. If this feels sufficient for how you're feeling right now, then just pause here. You might walk the shoulder blades underneath you more and clasp your hands together underneath the sacrum. So finding that open heart position and staying for a few breaths. Returning your breath to the low belly. Relaxing the face and jaw. And when you're ready, unclasping the hands if you brought them together, letting your hips drop down to the floor. And then draw the knees into the chest one last time, just giving a little bit of a massage to that low back. And then here I want you to take any additional poses that might feel good for your body. So maybe a reclining spinal twist, maybe there's a happy baby, or another pose that might feel good, another inversion of your choice. So just listen to your body here. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and make your way into your final relaxation pose. So Shavasana, corpse pose. If you're not comfortable laying in traditional Shavasana on your back with your shoulder blades tucked underneath you, arms at your sides, you can really come into any comfortable restorative pose of your choice. So making your way there, this is your time to settle in. To be completely okay doing nothing. So allowing the ground to support you. Returning your focus briefly to your breath, but then just letting go. Let the mind be still. The body still. The breath effortless. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Exhale deeply through your mouth. Repeating these phrases to yourself. I am confident. I am strong. I am loved. I am enough.